Okay, I'm also going live. Share your screen with your audience. Oh, I can do that. That's cool. So am I live now? We're coming to you live. Just my set looks so messy. Hello, Hope. Thanks for joining. Am I streaming? Hello, Zoe. Thanks for joining. Crimson. Hello. How's it? I'm gonna tap on everyone who's just come through. How do I pronounce that name? Casey Van Carabaz. I wonder what that's doing. Sup, Crimson? Thanks for the follow. You don't even know what this is all about. You just saw me follow someone. It's cool, man. It's cool. I appreciate the follow. Hello. Hello, new people. Thanks for joining. She's art. I just want to support. Ah, man, what a G. What a G. Thanks for the support, man. If you want to know what I'm all about, I'm a creative director who doing this my part in giving mentorships, guidance into about advertising and creativity. So if you have any questions about pretty much anything creatively related or advertising, I'm based in South Africa. So if you found something that that you really liked, let me know. Let me know what you want to chat about. I'm also here on YouTube on the side, so I'm curious to see how this turns out. But luck for people to join. Hello. So Crimson, do you have any questions about creativity? Maybe there's something you're interested in. What type of hobbies you dig? Just want to gift a badge. Oh man, what a G. What a G. Thank you. Sup, Faith? No, you have a heart saw emoji and a dead flower. What is this? Is dead flower like a new lingo for something? Katli? Bongiwe? Sup? How you doing? Can you say hi, Bongi? Sup, Bongi? Hi, Bongi. How you doing? Bongiwe. Bongiwe 711. Ah, man, I'm good. I'm fantastic. You're not in your best era. You're on the struggle arc of your life. Stuff is tough out here, I'm sure. I would ask like what you're dealing with, but I guess that's a bit personal. But it's cool. It's chilled. When I struggle, I normally the first thing I do is write it down. I know that when it's always going through your head, whatever you're going through, the trouble is that if it's keep it circulating in your head, it can lead to pain, more pain than usual. But yeah, writing down really helps me. So just get a pen and paper. You'll see it's almost like it's physically taking the words out of your head and placing it down on paper. It always helped me. It might not help immediately off the bat, but it will. It will. And what's nice about writing is that it's literally whatever that comes to mind, put it down on paper. And the beauty of it is you don't have to read it. That's the cool part, is you write it down. but don't expect to read it again. Like I've got my journal that I write once and I never look back at it. It is, right? And I find myself journaling only when I have tough times. I know that it's better to try consistently journal. But I must say, when the tough times came, journaling in those times really helped. Yeah, good on you. Good on you for doing it. I also, for me, I actually even bought a fancy pen. Because I thought, like, if I've got a fancy pen, it gives me a reason to write, and I did write quite a lot. It's nice. This is I don't know if anyone's seen this. It's called the Lamy. What's really cool about it is it's like a fountain pen, and it's got a cartridge where you fill the ink. These inks are really expensive, so what I do is I take a syringe and I buy like a jar of ink, and then I just fill it that way. Because in here you're looking about like 1 or 2 mils, and these cartridges like can charge like $30, 30 Rand for one of them, which is silly. You can just fill it up real quick, fast. But yeah, that's just a throwaway advice. Sup, Miles? How you doing? Miles the Spider-Man. Michelle, thanks for joining. Apparently, I can even like my own live. Giving myself hearts. There are some really cool ones. Like I just went to buy this one because it's like, I remember seeing it when my colleagues had it, but you can always get like a sort of cool pen. It doesn't have to be. It's just my way of saying trying it out. Nerd emoji says, "Hey, hello." This guest request. I'm a bit nervous about a guest request because I accepted someone yesterday, and they persistently wanted to play a game on live. I didn't know you could do that, but it wasn't my thing, and I couldn't. And I accepted him, and I couldn't get him off. And it was this dude from India, or I'm assuming India. But yeah, it didn't quite work out the way I planned. So I'm a bit wary of who I accept. So apologies. I'm not being a dick, but I'm just being wary. I'm gonna wave at everyone that comes through. Young Felon, sub. Mrs. C. Uluetu, hello. Thanks for joining. My boy Roy. Your boy Zentrix405. Thanks for joining. How's your day going? Nah, it's okay. You see, I don't know how to do that. Like, I literally pressed every single button possible, and I couldn't get off this guy. And the only thing I was able to do was mute him because he was speaking a different foreign language, and he wasn't listening, and he insistently kept sending me an invite, and I didn't know how to sack him. So, yeah, he just eventually left. So, again, thanks for the advice. You can always sack them when they misbehave. Yeah, I'll know that for later. Hello, a little T. It's like a Lil Wayne, but a little T. Hello, Desiree. At your favorite girl. Hello, thanks for joining. Hi, Lucy. Nice for you to join. If you had just joined, you may ask what's this all about. So I'm a creative director. You work in the advertising industry for quite a number of years, and I've got a fair amount to share and give mentor advice to anything that's creative and got to do with advertising. So if you've got any questions about maybe how to get into the industry, yeah, I am most welcome to give any advices then after. And this is one of the first, I'm still new to live, so bear with me if I don't know what these buttons do. So yeah, like I'm just saying hi to everyone that comes through. If I haven't waved at you, it's because I struggle to press the button. But everyone that comes through, I'm waving at you. And if I didn't wave at you, just say, hey, where's my wave? Draw or follow Mr. Pod. Who's Mr. Pod? Voldemort. What's that emoji there? Gorilla Voldemort. Must be an interesting story behind that. Dang, I'm gonna attempt to say your name. Is that like Russian with the, I don't know what you call that accent. Luka Doncic Prostata. I don't think you're South African. I don't think I've seen that accent. Sibungile, hello. Thanks for joining. I'm going to wave at you. Drew, hello. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the gifter badge. I don't know what it is. Thanks for giving it, but I don't know where it goes. What happens to it? Do you know Luka Doncic? I don't. Tell me more. Who's that? Let me Google as well while you type that. What the benefits of being a creative is that you tend to be curious, or you should be. As creatives, you should be curious. You should be curious of a lot of things, and I love niches. I love why gets people ticking. It's part of my job, so I know a lot, enough to make a conversation with people. So, okay, so Luka Doncic, apparently he's an NBA player. Is this the dude that like no one really? And he's like super amazing. He's like an amazing basketball player, and he's not like showman. He's just like, he just puts it in. Slovenian. I'm assuming you're from Slovenia, or you just like the dude. Hello. Or what's MQ? How do you say MQ? Mklandi. Is it a click with the Q? I know C is Kikilicious. Hello. Oh, .com. Forgot about that. Am I from China? I'm Chinese. I'm from South Africa. But I was born and bred here. So I know cultural nuances, I suppose. Would you say it's best to pursue the advertising career as a side hustle or need to focus on it? That's quite a big question. And I'm saying big because advertising is, well, think about what advertising is, right? As a creative, you would have to make ads for brands and stuff like Coke, and the ones I've worked on is like Chicken Lick and Nedbank, Sol Beer, Heineken. So what you'll do is that in this role is that, say for instance, if a brand was to come in with a product, you'll need to know how to sell that product to the right audience, right? So that's what you do as creatives. But yeah, so as a side hustle, no, because you don't have your full focus on it, right? But predominantly in the creative field, it's nice to create things. So things like TikTok is a great place to go, great platform. If you make content that people enjoy or learn from, I think, and you grab the right attention. So that's what everyone's doing now. It's like, if you can grab attention to enough people, brands like to jump onto your followers purely because you got the eyeballs. It's just now, it's like, how do you make it so that you're not ramming advertising down people's throats? And I think that's what people needs to understand. Sorry, I'm now behind on messages. Thanks for the like, Luca. Nerdy emoji just joined again. Hello, welcome back. Just Nia, hello. Dan Mars Bars, hello. Hello back at you. Speaking Zulu, nah. I know a few words. I don't speak Zulu. I'd love to. My dad used to have a butchery in the downtown CBD, and back in high school, I would walk from high school through the CBD, and so I'd be really exposed to a lot of things, and yeah, and like, and where his store was exactly on this place called Loveday Street, which is like two streets away from Bree and Jeppy, which is like the hood of the downtown. And funny enough, I never got robbed. And maybe people knew me in that area and they're like, don't mess with this. I don't know. I just know that I wasn't robbed. But anyways, yes, I know a few words because my dad was in the butchery. It was running a butchery. I knew like some words like Yaman Komu or Nkuku, Yinvu. What's pork again? I forgot what's no. Yinvu is sheep. Pork was, I forgot what pork was. Anyways, please cut the hair shorter. Not very South African. So about this hair, I'm dying to cut it because my gosh, it's so much maintenance. So much maintenance. I think as guys, we're just so used to having short hair. It's like, let me wash it, and then it'll dry like instantly. Long hair takes forever to dry. I freaking hate it. Hi, Neo FM. What's the FM for? Like radio station. Not sounding South African either. More Britain. Really? Maybe I should put on more of an accent then. I'm not South African enough. Askies. DJ Mavampire. Hello, thanks for joining. Hey, any advice on my 2K following and wanting to go public with my profile? Good enough. I'm a terrible person to ask this advice. I don't know how to gain followers. That's why I'm here. I mean, if you look at mine, I've only got 2,000 as well. So we're in the same boat, man. Figure it out. I don't know. I don't have sound advice for being a content creator because I'd like to be one. Yeah, so I'm doing this in between my work and stuff like that. So I want to try this live thing out, see how it goes. Always wants to visit South Africa. Oh, so I'm assuming you're not from South Africa. I don't know why I thought everyone here was from South Africa. I'm just paranoid about having a public account. Okay, now I'm curious. Why are you paranoid? What would happen? Are you saying I don't know. What is it? Greasy F. Greasy? Oh gosh. F baby? Greasy F baby? No DNA, just RSA. I remember reading that line for the first time. My copywriter mind got a little bit confused. I know it's a play on DNA, but it's like, if you're saying DNA, so you're saying that RSA is in your DNA. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. Hello, thanks for joining. Ontatile, thanks for joining. Kutso with the halo emoji. Thanks for joining. This is probably by far the most people I've had at any given point. I've always had like 2. So the fact that I'm seeing 6 is a huge, massive jump. That's news for me. So if you just joined, what am I about? So I'm a creative director who works in advertising. And yeah, I've worked on quite a number of brands, and I'm here to give advice from anyone who's interested in the field, or maybe something about creativity. I know a handful of a few things, so keen to help if anyone needs a bit of guidance. Why I'm on this journey: when I became a creative director, I had a few juniors that needed guidance, and when enough people started giving me good feedback, as in like, oh well, I really like the way to work with you, I really like the way you guide you, I started picking up a pattern. I thought like, cool, I'd like to help more people, because I know that when I was in college, I wish I had the knowledge that I do have now. So what schools and most places don't teach you is the soft skills. So soft skills is like how to deal with situations, those type of things. You don't learn that at school. So yeah, that's why I'm here. Do you need a specific qualifications for it? So I'll make it. Now that's a very broad question, but I'll make it quite succinct. And say, for instance, in my role, I'm an art director. So art director base, we basically visualize ideas. And then normally an art director would work with a copywriter. A copywriter is a person of words. So they are like the wordsmiths. They are the words of the idea. So that's why it's a team. In order to become a copywriter, you need to go to advertising school, varsity, quite expensive. But I've got another opinion on that. And then as an art director, you can either start as a graphic designer or an art director, a thoroughbred, and then you work your way up that way. You do need qualifications for that, with an asterisk. I think nowadays, if you have a good portfolio, you don't need to have a qualification, because I've never asked for mine. I've always been, I always had my portfolio around, and I basically sold myself as a creative, and that's the way that I got recognized. And also, where you worked at also helps. I was very thankful to have started at an agency called Network BBDO. At the time, they had Chicken Licken, so I was very, very lucky to have gone to there when I just started out. But yeah, very long answer, but I hope I've answered your question. Do brands look for when it comes to collaborating with? What do brands look for when it comes to creators? Shorthand answer is your followers. But I don't know if you've heard about niches. So if you're in a niche, let's pick one. I just watched a thing about chess. So if you pick chess as your niche, go all in about chess. Like, to build a community around chess. What then will happen is chess brands will approach you to do things like that. That for me is the most authentic way to work with a brand. If you're doing chess and then Coca-Cola comes in, oh, can you do this thing for me? For me, that's a bit of a disconnect, because you're not serving your audience. That's my opinion. A lot of the times, like if you're a dancer and then Coca-Cola comes around, oh, can you sell my product? And then they're like, yeah, we'll just include you. They normally piggy banking on your followers. If I must be brutally honest, because they don't care about you, they just care about your followers. So take it with a pinch of salt, but I think do what you dig. That's the best way to go about it. I'm very behind on these messages. I saw there was a comment here. Geez, this comment keeps coming up in different shapes or forms. I think the one time I saw someone said, oh, my dad beats me with a beer, and then he's an alcoholic. I'm not sure what that's supposed to do. And this is a different version of it. My dad's bipolar and beats me every day. Yeah, I don't know what to, like, I feel like this is a troll. Okay. It sounds like that South Park thing. Okay. I've been interested about I've been interested in being a book illustrator, and I found that you need to have a portfolio. Yes, you do, because okay, so let's bring it back to why there's a need for a portfolio. So a portfolio is basically coming to someone, you're like, cool, this is what I can do. I can do X. And then the person looks at it like, okay, cool. You know, a client looks at it like, cool, I don't quite like your style, or I like your style. You know, I like the way you did this illustration. Can you do it for my book? Then yes, then you fall into that. But being a book illustrator is almost like that's a niche, yes, but you need to have graphic design background. And how do you get the graphic design background? Be illustrative. Be you know, work with like pick your tool. Is it a pen and paper? Draw. Is it paint and paper? Canvas? Paint. Is it it can be anything. Charcoal. I've seen people paint with coffee even. That's a bit different. But yeah, like you need to have a skill first. Like it's a really good goal to have. Eventually, it's a nice goal to run towards, but to get there you need to have some sort of design background, because it needs to be looking cool. Illustrators, you can just focus on drawing pretty pictures. Illustrators, you'll have to be really good at Adobe program called Illustrator, or my newfound favorite is Figma. So Figma is free. It's free to use. You have no excuse. I don't know who's calling me. I'm not going to accept it. You have no excuse because Figma is free. If you have internet access right now, if you have a laptop, go for Figma. It's free. It's a vector-based program, so I'd highly advise you to download that and play around with the thing. Do things like make a circle that I don't know. Oh, here's a good advice. What's really cool about creativity and drawing and stuff like that, it's how you go past limitations. So you limit yourself in certain things. So say, for instance, if you were, say, drawing with a HB pencil only without sharpening it, what does the art look like? That'll be interesting, you know. Or if you go into Figma, only draw something that's with circles. It's a great limitation, and it's quite fascinating of how you solve that, and then it becomes really interesting. Yeah, that's a hope that's a good advice. Lots of likes. Thanks, guys. Thank you for the likes. I haven't been. What about going to film, like doing camera work, directing movies? Okay, cool. So the film industry, I do see a foreseeable future in South Africa, especially in Cape Town. The reason why is that America's Hollywood is getting wildly expensive. So things like One Piece is shot in South Africa. There's a series called Black Sails. A lot of big names are getting shot in South Africa. I mean, Judge Dredd. There's a movie called Judge Dredd that was shot in South Africa. And that's just for context. To get into the film industry, you there's many ways. It's picking what you like. There's a really easy way to do it. Say, for instance, if you dig makeup, do makeup, but specifically for movies. I know that in film, there's a way to do makeup. It's not the same makeup you see on like those beauty channels. Completely different. So if you focus on that, if you put all in to do that, then you're gold. Maybe the easiest way, I haven't tried this out, but logically thinking, maybe the best way to do it is getting a mentorship, finding out how or who's shooting and stuff like that. Play around, you know. That's how you make a portfolio of work. Is maybe some homie is shooting a music video, and then you're like, cool, you know, what do you need some makeup done? Yeah, then there. Like, what do people look for? People look for dope shit. Like, oh, dang, I just swore there. I'm trying not to swear. People like cool stuff, you know. People are looking for things that is out of the ordinary. And when you say out of the ordinary, it's not like, you know, I've got this weird hairdo and makes me different. you need to serve a purpose, you know. There's this great TikToker right now. I don't know his name, but he's amazing. This Black American guy who does these outfit changes, and that's all he did. He did very eccentric outfit changes. That's what set him apart, because of his style, his taste. One of the big things right now that sets you apart is taste. Okay, I'm very behind on messages, so bear with me. I've been bombarded with likes, which is good, but I can't see the in your portfolio. I mean, what do people look for in your portfolio? I think same applies. I'm looking for, so when I look at portfolios, so if it's a design portfolio, I want to see where your capabilities get to. You know, like, can you go past just making simple design logos? I want to see how you implement it on a car or designed it on something else. What's your choice of colors? You know, like those type of things come in place. A lot of the time, it's whatever sticks out, what stands out that really helps. But yeah, is Figma an app? It is. Or it could be on your web browser. So if you got Google, it's like a website. It's literally a website that you go. It's like Canva, but I think I'm for Figma by a long shot. Canva is like a basic version of what you would expect as a design program. Figma is a far more powerful one. I'd rather people play with Figma than Canva, if I must be honest. Cool. Let the questions flow. Let's see. Thank you. Oh, thanks. I hope my advices help. That's why I'm here. Like a new idea. What do people haven't seen yet? The fact you're asking that doesn't mean you haven't done your research. So do your research. See a lot. That's why, as a creative, you need to see, you be exposed. I think exposure is a better word. Be exposed to lots of different things, and it can be anything. It can be like music. It can be like even music. Like a stick with music genre. Do you listen to rock? Do you listen to classic? Do you listen to Norwegian rap? Do you listen to Mongolian throat singing? You know, you don't have to like it. You just need to know what's out there. And once you know enough, you know what to compare to, you know? And that's how you would define what people haven't seen. You need to, and the internet is there, right? That's why I love TikTok, but people don't use it the right way. If it's trash, swipe it away. The algorithm will learn what you like. My algorithm is all about content creation and interesting stuff. So force yourself into learning new things, is what I'd say. Be curious, man. Be insanely curious. Like a new idea. Ideas. I kind of mentioned this in my previous live, and the way I explain ideas is almost like, what's a good way to explain it? Ideas is kind of like, it's like connecting the dots, right? If one idea and idea A and idea B, these are two different things, and it helps to know lots of different things so you can start connecting the dots, right? And once you connect that dots that no one has seen, that's a new intellectual property. That's the best way to explain it. So the example I thought of was, I need to find a good example, but say I'll use this one again. The mouse, right? The mouse, the design of a mouse, this mouse, was that Apple, it was always said like, no, Apple was the one to first make this cursor mouse thing and pressing icons. It was another company called Xerox, I think it was called. And they had a mouse with one button, which then you can click on the screen and stuff like that. But that's one idea. The second idea was clicking on icons, which gave purpose to the mouse and having a cursor. So those are connecting two thoughts and making into one. You always have a new idea. And again, going back to my previous point, you need to know a lot. You need to be curious about lots of different things in order to birth new ideas. Ideas are, it's always there. It's really, it's how you see it. It's almost like, here's a good example. When clouds going by, you're like, oh, it looks like a this, looks like a that. And say, for instance, you saw something that no one else did. That's a new idea. I must rethink if that was true. Faye says, thank you. I can't remember what that was for, but I'm just going back to the comments. Gave me another gifter badge. Thank you. I don't know what the gifter badge does, but thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, thanks for the questions. You explain things so well. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's in my field. I'm in the where I am right now is because I'm a person of ideas. As an art director and creative director, my job is to come up with good ideas for campaigns and for advertising stuff. And the hardest part, it was one thing that I had to learn this. I didn't used to be like this. Is how to explain an idea. And it's like, it's almost like telling someone a story. It's like, okay, this thing. Here's a good example. I brought this up in our previous thing, and yeah. So this burger company needed an idea to like speak to the target market, and they had a burger that had an extra slice of cheese. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I thought about it, and I remembered the term cheese boy. Because it's like getting extra slice of cheese is almost like you're balling, right? And that was the idea. I'm like, oh, cool, let's sell it to the idea. Everyone that was black understood that term. The one white guy, which is the boss at the time, he didn't understand it. He was like, what the hell is cheese boy? And we had to break it down to him. And he goes and Google and he searches for this thing. And you know what the Google told him? Oh, it's someone that's doing some sexual act and something. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's not what a cheese boy is, and you had to really tell him what it is. Eventually we sold the idea and it went, but it was so painful. But that's the pain you go through when you try and explain ideas. And if you don't get it, sometimes it's on you, but sometimes they just generally don't get it. But yeah. Thanks for joining. If you just joined, if you're curious of anything about creativity and advertising, shoot. At time, the ideas are just flowing, and I couldn't see the picture. You couldn't see the picture. Yeah, exactly. Like we even put like a presentation board, and we're like, this is what the Kasi uses when they. It's not even a Kasi, man. It was in high school, and they were talking about this guy is balling. It's like he's a cheese boy. I mean, everyone should have known that term, but this guy didn't. What would you rate your job out of 10? Based on what though? Like, based on what? If you're saying like, yeah, based on what? The 1 out of 10 for vibes. I'll give you a better answer. I came into this job because I knew I didn't want to be in a corporate office job, like dealing with numbers. And it's like, I'm Asian. I know I'm terrible with numbers. I'm a fake Asian. But yeah, like I couldn't imagine I didn't like anything repetitive. I like things that excites me every day. I love coming with ideas. I'm a professional overthinker, so to speak. And yeah, try start with something you're good at, if that helps. Hello, Kayla. Thanks for joining. So if you to answer your question, probably out of 10, it's a strong 8. It's a strong 8. It's something I didn't see myself being good at. I think over time I started getting better and better. Things like presenting, I wasn't really good at presenting, and yeah, found myself loving it, and also explaining. I've also been which really helps me in my field is I really like psychology books. Psychology's always been really fun. It just so happens that it works well in advertising because um, you deal with psychology. It's you need to understand your audience and knowing how to speak to them. I'm very proud of the work I've done for Steers for a while, and yeah, yeah, it really keeps me going. There are obviously some parts of it that is quite cuck, but what job doesn't have their horrible moments? Advertising sounds like fun. It is. It is. It's like people are paying you to make fun stuff. I mean, let's just say those Chicken Licken ads. Like imagine it'll be so fun. Like what's really cool about advertising is if you get the chance to shoot a TV ad, you basically out of office. You're like working with directors. You're working with actors. You get to see things behind the scenes. I was very fortunate to get backstage pass for Kunye. Um, yeah, I didn't know much about Kunye, and then I found myself in Kunye. It's such a jam. Afrotech is so cool. Live is just amazing. The vibes, like it shouldn't just be in South Africa. I think it should be a global thing. Anyone can relate. But yeah, I think it's so cool. Okay, I'm catching up with the messages. Okay, a lot of likes. Thank you. Thank you. Um, hmm. There's no. I think at the beginning, I think it's quite critical to hone some sort of skill. I think when you jump around when you're young, it makes you look frantic. If you're young, stick to one thing at least for a couple of years, and I'll tell you why. When I started out, I came out of varsity, and my mates they got into this job where it made them gang money. It was so easy for them to get money, and I could have just quit my job right there and just did that thing that they were doing. And something about it didn't sit well with me, and I'm like, they could lose their job at any point. And then I stuck to it. I felt miserable for the couple of years. I saw something, but be good at something. Like that's what people care about. They don't care about your passions and stuff like that. They care about what you can do. And that's unfortunately the way the world works. A very good book I'd like to recommend is where is it? Oh man, I don't know where it is. It's a book called. Oh wait, here it is. Do yourself a favor, get this book. So good they can't ignore you. This is. I wish I've got this book much earlier in my career. So basically, what it even says here, why skill trumps passion in the quest for work you love. Skill will always win over passion, and that's the hard truth. So learn something, and do well. Is something, and then later on you can always branch over to something else. Yeah, like don't. I wouldn't recommend to jump around too early. That's the only advice. If there's anything that you take away from that, please let it be that. How's it, Uncle Roger? You may want to clock a salad because I see your t-shirt is bursting from the seams. Man, I'm trying, man. I play a lot of paddle. I really love paddle. Uh, yeah, I mean, I love food, so maybe that's the one bad thing is I love my food. I love eating snacks. Terrible. But I don't aim to have six-pack abs. I've done that. It doesn't matter. Getting controversial before I get that. Is the book free and to read online? It's not expensive. Let me put it this way. Investing in yourself is the best thing you can spend your money on. Like, I know there's free everything online. You possibly can. But if you, like, say, for instance, this book is, there's a price on it. I think it was like $300 at the time. $300 is what? Like going out for 2 nights? I don't know how much things cost now. Spend that money back into yourself. That's the best thing you can do. I've got a bunch of books here. I mean, there are tons. But I yet to read more. I've read half of them, but I wish I read more. But other things, I'll be okay with you just pirating. But books is one thing that you have to invest in yourself. Okay, here's a controversial question. What's your thoughts on LGBTQ? I think they should exist. They should go through life just like how we do. One moment, please. What? Yeah.
Today's library day.
Oh, flip! I forgot.
Okay, I got my leg, but I don't have the books.
Okay. Shucks, we're late. I need to renew the books. Okay, go back.
Okay, bye.
I've been focusing on this. I completely forgot about Library Day. Okay, thoughts on? I think they should. Yeah, like in South Africa, if you're gay, be like, cool, you're gay. Let's move on. I think South Africa, we don't put your pronouns as like they do in America. I have a colleague now. Pronouns they them. Just refer to them as they them. They just want to be referred that way. I like, I like I know that people are like, oh no, but he's a she, and I'm like, just say they them. Like, just that's how I think. I'm just like, I know there's more. There's something more beyond your pronoun. Like, let me get to know that person. I'm not like I think we put too much emphasis on gender. I mean, what are you besides that? That's my opinion. Yeah, like I know that people like to ask that question to open a can of worms, but just say like, cool, good on you. Like, seriously, you like, I'm glad you're proud of yourself, but you know, nobody gaffs about your books. You're just stalling my question. I asked you your question. Sorry, there's a line. I need to refer to each person. It's not just you. I'm just saying. The books are so expensive nowadays. Kind of. I think when you first get your first book, you'll realize how much you gain from it, and it's worth it. I 100% worth it. I didn't realize how much trolls will be on here. Hello, for anyone who's just joined. Okay, I'm good for one more question. If anyone wants another question. Hello, for the new people who just joined. More questions? What about that Mr. Uncle Roger? Huh? Do you have anything to say? Oh, no more snotty comments from Uncle Roger. This is by far the most I've ever gotten at a single stream. 5 people at any given point. Thank you for bearing with me. But yeah, this was lovely. I'm really enjoying these. Can you rate my PFP? I don't know what PFP is. What's PFP? I don't know the lingos. Per page? Profile picture. Rate your profile picture. So this is Carla E8. Okay, I can't tell what I'm seeing. Okay, first thing is you're very small in comparison to the picture. So you're sitting on something that's a high stool, which is quite a nice way to leading lines to the subject. The only thing is quite a lot of distractions in the background, so it doesn't really emphasize in you. My recommendation was like it would be better if it was more of a lower angle to make that arch, make it look like it's going to you. If you don't want to show your face, cool. It's just that you're really small, because right now, even though I'm clicking on your thing, I can't see you. That's the point. Yeah, cool. It's just that it could have been better if it was much more lower, to make those leading lines go into the sky, to give less distractions. Hope that helped. Free creative director advice or critique. Review. We call it a review. Wait, let me look at this closely. I can't click out of this while I'm living. How do I can't take a deeper look. So how much out of 10? Oh dang. Do you want to hear what you want to hear, or you want to hear from a creative director? Be honest, it's okay. I'll give it as a photo. I mean, it's quite crispy. Sorry, I'm looking at it's like literally it's tiny. It's like super tiny. So I'm looking at it as best I can. 6. I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6 based on the things I've mentioned. Like it could be better if it was like down an angle, see more of the sky to isolate you as a subject more. I think it'll be quite dope. But at the moment, I'll give it a pass. A 6. Cool. Thanks for allowing me to do that. Oh, I didn't see this message, but yeah, it's a pleasure. That's why I'm here. I'm here to give any sound advice and creative feedback. Okay, so this is where I end my live. Thank you so much. Let me check my diary. Do I have time tomorrow to do this? I have fun. This is cool. I'm really digging it. Okay, I've got a client meeting in the morning that I need to prepare for. I need to work tonight. Maybe I'll go live tonight. Makes me feel better. Most of my day looks quite clear, so I'll let you know in my. What I normally do is I put it in my. I don't know what this is called. In my profile, this little speech bubble thing. You can type in whatever. I normally put a time there to let people know when I'm jumping on. But yeah, story. Is it story? It's like it's got like a speech bubble on top of the profile, and I don't know how people see that. But I also put on the story version of TikTok. But yeah, a note. You're speaking of things I don't know what it is, so I'll figure it out. Bear with me. Anyways, I'll let you guys know when I'm gonna be back on tomorrow. Cool. Cheers. Peace. Oh, this is still going. No viewers.